And I have to check to see if it's in your 9th house though, because it depends on what degree your rising sign starts at, because each sign has 30 degrees, but the houses are slightly different sizes depending on where you were born, because of math. If you really want to know why, I can totally explain, but it's just like people probably don't fucking care. So yeah, let me know if you want in the comments below. But what is it? Oh yeah, so your rising sign is Sagittarius. So we also have another fire sign. So let's just talk more about fire for a second. So I haven't seen an Aries placement, but we'll see. Aries is, again, the cardinal sign, and it's also the first sign of the zodiac. So it's like the initiator. It's quick action, drive, action. Did I say action? Likable, kind, generous, leaders. Sagittarius, so Leo's the fixed, and then it's like anger, it's the self. Leo is like nice. Sagittarius is mutable. So actually that's, if anything that I just said about being fixed matters to you, or like you're like, oh, okay, I see that. Because like I don't fucking know. I'm not like a psychic or anything. I just take the various qualities that the different things represent and combine them as they are in the chart mathematically, and then say, here you go, good luck, basically. So like I'm not trying to like overstep ever, you know, or like, because I don't know nothing about you besides your chart. So anyways, if any of those fixed qualities struck a bone at all or nerve, Sagittarius is mutable. So, and your rising sounds like who you become. So if it's like, shit, I am too stuck in my ways, well, it turns out you're fucking mutable. So, or you will be, one way or another. Because your rising sign Sagittarius. And also this is important to know that your top 3 are all fire signs. So that's something. So again, fire is like having fucking drive, taking action, sometimes reactively, but nonetheless acting. It's like the will to do, versus like air is like, let me think about it. Water is like, let me feel about it. Earth is like, let me build something to contain it. Fire is like, let's fucking light it on fire. Like right now. That's fire. So that might be important just to like know, because like that is just how your core is made up, is to act. And there are other options. That's not to say that one is right or one is wrong at all, but just know that like you are programmed to act, and that's great. But sometimes maybe it's best to consider other actions besides acting. You know, I feel like that makes sense, right? Or otherwise, it's, you know, I'm sure it's the right time to act. Maybe it's always, probably. But I would just be aware of that, you know. Or at least that like other people are different in that way. Like I'm water, I'm Cancer. I feel first. First thing is like just like intuition and like feeling things around me before like I take any action at all. I am very not. Actually, I am, because I am also Sagittarius rising. But more of like the goal-oriented sign of Sagittarius. Anyways, so Sagittarius is the archer. Let me just look at your chart and double check, because I'm not getting you confused. I'm pretty sure I'm not. God, I'm good. So yes, Sagittarius is your rising. Sagittarius is the archer. So he is drawing his bow in the constellation and launching it to something that is higher than him, which is beautiful with your 9th house placement, sun and moon, because Sagittarius is the 9th house. And Sagittarius is about seeking knowledge. So that is probably very much a part of your like identity. You probably like dive into shit You probably love like nerding out on shit. You probably like fantasy or fantastical, expansive things. Because Sagittarius ruling planet, and therefore your chart's ruling planet of the entire chart is Jupiter, because it rules Sagittarius, and whatever sign rules the rising, it rules the whole chart. So that sign is specifically extra important for you, and we'll take a look at where it's placed and how it's aspected. And then additionally, it's important in any sort of chart that pertains to you, whether it be today's transit chart on where Jupiter is right this moment, which your vertex, right? That was you? I'm sorry, let me... Okay, yay, full circle. So yeah. So, well, so also, Jupiter is super extra influential for you because it's your fucking chart ruler. So in addition to like it being right now in your 8th house, expanding and bringing opportunity to dark subject matter of the human psyche, and conjoining right now with your vertex, which is fated encounters, it's your chart ruler too, so it's the most important planet for you. So that's wild. Anyways, so yeah, Sagittarius is aiming for something greater than itself. They're very eyes on the horizon always. Sagittarius is always looking to the next thing before maybe finishing the first thing. They're hopping to the next maybe. They're very much big picture oriented, and sometimes like let the details go to the wayside. They are optimistic. They always, Sagittarius sees the abundance and sees the amount of possibilities and things, which I think is a great skill to have. You're probably a genuinely happy person, I would say, because one, you have your Leo that is just like good and earnest and admirable, and then two, you have your Sagittarius that's a dreamer, that is like, and not like in like a I'm confused dreamy type of way, like in a I am dreaming of something greater type of way. So that gives you an optimism and a brightness and just like an ability to enjoy and just like be in a good mood and shit. And I think that's really important to like survive the world. So that's a good skill to have. Oh wait, didn't I say I was going to talk about Mercury and then I just started blabbing about something else? Okay, so yeah, Sagittarius rising is fucking dope. You're all fire. Jupiter's your ruler, if I didn't say that 27 times. Mercury is... Oh, I was going to double check the house placement before I continued. Sorry. I'm the worst. I don't know why I can't just... Oh, I have my iPad. Just like fucking pull up the chart on a second screen or something. Because then I just keep doing this dumb like back and forth thing, and it's what people really want. So I do just want to say, I feel like I don't take anything that I've said so far as me like having oof, oh my goodness, you poor thing. Okay, this is actually a really dope chart. I haven't even looked that much further though. Like I don't mean to like give like advice like where maybe it's not due at all. Like I don't mean to, just saying some shit. So it's just me. I'm just a fucking dude saying some fucking shit. But these are your placements. Anyways, yeah. And also like there's probably some of this that like maybe that your chart shows that like, oh, there's an adjustment maybe, or like something to be aware of type deal that like maybe you done figured out fucking 10 years ago, which I'm sure. So not only is your identity and your feelings tied up in seeking knowledge, and so is your rising sign. So that's all really aligned actually. Here's the case with some stuff or whatever. Anyways, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but you have Mercury in Leo. It's in your 9th house as well. But there might be a sense of like longing though, like a never maybe like fully feeling like satisfied, because you're always like, okay, what's the next thing? Okay, what's the next thing now? Now I have to do the next thing. And it's the big picture. Sometimes enough is enough, girl. And then your moon there being like stuck in it and like refusing to be moved. So I could see that being tricky. Well, the good news is your Mercury is also in the exact same sign in the exact same house, and it's also a critical degree. Is also incredibly like, this is how we're doing it, and that's it. So, anyways, and it's also fixed. So also the way you communicate and like how you process things like informationally, I mean, that's great for the sense that Mercury, which rules communication and like information exchange and like written language and shit like that, is in alignment. It's like 10 degrees off, but it's in alignment with your identity and your feelings. So that's good. So you speak in a way that that is true to what you feel, and you speak in a way that's true to who you are, and you learn and exchange information in alignment with those things too. But it's fixed and it's literally at another critical degree. It's at 9 degrees. So there's like and I feel like that's true. And I feel like that's what's tricky with Leos is like there's sometimes is an avoidance to like, well, that's what's great about this 9th house and then the Sagittarius is because I feel like there's sometimes an avoidance to like learn or an avoidance to like accept knowledge, or to like, oh, maybe I was wrong. You know, that's a good thing to do in general. Because you learn a lot and you learn that you're wrong a lot. Reflect and be like, oh, maybe I was wrong, even though everybody was smiling because I'm nice and they just like me because I'm magnetic sometimes, you know, and that's fine. That doesn't make you, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't know your life. Maybe you killed somebody yesterday, so I'm not saying you're okay, but but you're probably fine, or whatever. But, you know, I would say that it's probably hard to look maybe at yourself because like you can't, because it's all from one outlook, seeking in like knowledge and philosophy, I guess, and communicating about it and wanting and yearning. But I'd imagine it is difficult, and we'll see what other placements are in play, but that might be something that's challenging because your communication, your identity, and your emotions are all one. And they're in Leo. I'd imagine it's difficult to be like, oh, I can see from their perspective. Oh, I see. The way I said that was, I see why she got offended or whatever, which is fixed already. And Leo also like believes that they're a good guy. So it's like, I mean, you should be, but like just because you saying it doesn't mean you is. So who knows? Maybe you are. I'm sure you are, or whatever. But just be aware that like is always important. Not to like be self-conscious, but just to be aware of oneself and the way that you communicate and the way that you're feeling. Because you might be drinking your own Kool-Aid because of this setup. So there is just like looking at yourself from the outside because they're all tied up in your ego, which is your identity. I'm not saying you have an ego. I don't know you, but they like those things are intrinsically, especially your feelings, are tied up in your ego, which can cause blindness. You know what I'm saying? And that would not be fortunate for the things that your identity and emotions want, which is knowledge. So that, I'm sure, is a fundamental I don't want to say obstacle or challenge, just a fundamental outlook that you might have, that perhaps you that you really don't like having your ego bruised, probably, and because it affects so many different things, and it really probably very much like inhibits your ability to actually gain knowledge then, which is like what you want in the first place. So I would just be aware that that is the setup. And if you do want all this knowledge, as you say you do apparently, which you did not say, but that's what your chart kind of shows, just make sure that awareness maybe is part of that, because it must be, right? You must be aware to be knowledgeable. I would think. I mean, what do I fucking know? Okay, so that's already 3 super personal planets. And I don't mean like, ooh, personal. I mean like they're the planets that are closest to us on Earth. So like they affect your immediate personality more in general. And then we'll also look at Venus and Mars are the other 2 like super personality planets or whatever. Venus is love and beauty, and Mars is sex and drive and action. So those will be so we'll see where your natal Jupiter is. We did look at vertex, and I don't think I even like picked up on much of anything else. So continent, I haven't even looked at Jupiter, which is the chart ruler, right? Yeah, no, I haven't. Oh wait, no, I haven't. That's transit Jupiter's conjuncture vertex, not your natal one. I'm going to circle back and see, because I'm doing like 4 of these or something right now, but I will circle back because this one has an out. This is what always happens. I'm always like, meh, fine. And then like I start and then I'm like, now I'm like fully invested and I have to know the rest of this person's chart. So I hope this is falling on receptive ears. And also, again, I don't know anything at all. So